You just stay there, guys. Love the applause. Your audience thinks you're great.
Thank you. And we're here with Londoner Mark Earls. He just spoke about copy, about the human behaviour.
Yeah.
Why do we humans copy human behaviour?
It's easy. It's easy. Human beings, thinking is really hard and it takes a lot of neurological power. And we just happen to be really good at it. We're better at it than chimps and monkeys and gorillas and so on. After habit, what I did last time, copying is the easiest shorthand to make a decision about anything.
You spoke about the relationship between copying and innovation. I mean, innovation isn't about copying.
Well, I think innovation should be about copying, and in fact all creativity is rooted in the mechanism of copying. Not copying like I call single white female copying, where you just replicate exactly what someone else has done. That's of no value to anyone and makes the world dull. But if you copy loosely, which is what humans do, I see this idea and I bring it over here, and my interpretation of this is this. That creates error, and that's where juice is of innovation. That's where new ideas come from. All the greats copied. Shakespeare, the greatest playwright in the English language, wrote 30-odd plays and had one original plotline. Just one original plotline. Picasso famously said that talent copies and genius steals. And T.S. Eliot, the poet and critic, says it's the sign of a great poet is not if you copy, but how well you copy. So it's all the greats in the creative world do it. Music's the same. We've always done it. In innovation, we imagine, though, that because there's money involved, I guess this is the deal, that we go, I must think it. I must have this idea, unique idea on my own that no one's ever had. Why? Why? Why don't you just take something that's a long way away and rework it? Why don't you see what someone else has done and make it actually work properly? So, for example, the guy we're always told in British schools, right, invented the Industrial Revolution because he invented the steam engine, right? That's so James Watt, Scotsman. He didn't invent the steam engine. The steam engines are running in the mines of Northern Europe, pumping water out for at least 50 years previously. He hacked the design and added something on the outside, a condenser, to make it more efficient. And a condenser someone else was already using elsewhere, so it wasn't like he'd invented that, right? So, again, he fixed something that was broken by adding some new stuff in that someone else had done. That's innovation. Proper innovation.
So do you say we have to get rid of all the innovators?
Yeah, there's a lot of people going around going, I'm a completely unique individual and only I could create. People do it all the time. The history of humanity is about taking stuff that you find and doing something with it. That's what anthropologists and archaeologists who have this very long timeline to see human behaviour tell us. They say, they distinguish between invention and innovation. And they say invention is what we imagine innovation is, which is big think. Oh, brilliant idea, boing. Whereas most of stuff that appears that's new is what they call innovation, so just copying stuff. And sometimes it's a better copy and sometimes it's a worse copy. There we are.
When we take a look at social media behaviour, is there exact copying human behaviour as we speak?
Yeah, no, there's a lot. It's not an exact copy because it's a different environment. So one of the great things we all know about the digital world is that we reduce friction. So it's easier to go, yeah, I agree with you. And it's easier to say, I agree with you, even though we're separated by 1,000 miles, right? So that's it. Or I disagree with you.
To avoid discussion.
Sorry?
Just to avoid discussions.
Yeah, just to avoid discussion, it's just easier. So social media is like the real world and integrates with it, but it isn't the same as. So for example, the academic evidence suggests now that whilst social media marketing has a great impact, can have a great impact on real world measures like money, like revenue and profit and consumer behaviour and so on, that's not yet, in most cases, as powerful as real-world influence. So I think real-world influence is where we have to end up thinking about, rather than just imagine, because social media is easy to play with, that we do it all on social media.
So social media isn't really suitable to create new products and services, etc. It's just it's a good way to improve.
You can. I think one of the great things about being an innovator, if you do it repeatedly, is you learn to do it cheaply. You go, One like that and that. I've just thought of a solution to the problem that has been annoying me forever. So, for example, one of the things I get really annoyed about is car parks. I don't know if you've ever had this, right? You know, you get a ticket when you go into the car park and you go, thank you very much, thank you very much. When you come to put the ticket in the machine to get out, to get the bar to lift again, it only works certain ways, right? It only works that way, but not that way, and not that way, and not that way. Only 1 out of 4 ways, or maybe 2 out of 4 ways. That's just dumb. Couldn't you just fix that? That would be something worth fixing, which save us all a lot of anger and stress, and that's innovation. A simple thing, and I found a simple fix for that, which a mechanical friend of mine had identified for me recently. And we could do that. We could do it. That's what we all need to do more of. Not the I'm going to save the world. You know the pitches that we see to VCs now. It's getting really boring. People go, we are going to, here's the really big problem in the world and we're going to solve it forever. And you go, no, you're not. It's a bit of the solution. That's good. It's a part of the solution. But VC money likes big promises and big problems. And maybe we ought to just all step back a bit and go, I like your money, but first let me solve this small bit with some of your money. And then once we've done that, you can see how good we are. And maybe we can take some bigger problems.
Okay. Final question.
Yes.
Mark Earls. What do we learn after reading your book, Copy?
To be okay with being a copycat. I think that's the most important thing. We all hate the idea, whether you're a social scientist or you're an innovator or an artist, but learning to live with that part of ourselves just makes life so much better. You don't have to stress quite so much. Have fun. Copy. That's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.